Hello, it's a pleasure to have you with us on the Wellbeing in the Third Age channel. Today we're going to embark on an inspiring journey that can revolutionize the way you experience this rich phase of life. We want to talk about something powerful, yet often underestimated: the words we choose. They shape our reality, influence our minds, and, believe it or not, directly impact our overall health. Our brain is incredibly malleable, and the way we communicate with ourselves and the outside world has a ripple effect on our well-being. Negative words, even those spoken in jest, can become deeply rooted, creating limiting beliefs that affect your disposition, mood, and even your physical capacity. This is a real mental and emotional health problem. The science of neuroplasticity shows us that our brain constantly adapts and changes. Studies in positive psychology reinforce that optimistic and proactive language can decrease stress, improve resilience, and even strengthen the immune system. Therefore, choosing the right words is not just a matter of good humor. It's a scientific strategy for a fuller, healthier life. Recognizing and replacing these ugly words with more constructive expressions is a fundamental step toward cultivating a mindset of growth and vitality. Evidence suggests that people with a positive view of aging tend to live longer and with better quality, experiencing fewer health problems related to chronic stress. This is a power that resides in you. Throughout this video, we will identify 9 of these treacherous words or phrases that may be hindering your happiness and well-being in the third age. We will explain the scientific mechanism behind their negative impact and offer ways to reverse this trend. Prepare to discover how small changes in your language can open doors to a much more vibrant life. The first ugly word we frequently hear, or worse, say to ourselves, is, "I'm too old for this." This phrase acts as a silent poison, sabotaging your ability to explore new experiences and challenges. It is not just an excuse, but a self-imposed barrier that limits personal growth and the joy of living, deeply affecting your mental health. The real health problem here lies in the physical and mental inactivity that this belief entails. When you label yourself as too old, you automatically exclude yourself from activities that could bring vitality, learning, and social connection. This prolonged inaction contributes to cognitive decline, muscle atrophy, and an increased risk of chronic diseases, decreasing your quality of life. Current research in gerontology and neuroscience consistently demonstrates that maintaining physical and mental activity is crucial for healthy aging. Studies published in journals show that older adults who engage in new learning and regular exercise exhibit better cognitive function and a lower incidence of depression. The mechanism is clear: use it or lose it. The available evidence suggests that chronological age is a much less determining factor than biological age, and more importantly, mental attitude. Many examples of active centenarians prove that the human potential to learn and adapt does not have a rigid expiration date. However, it is important to recognize that physical capacity may decrease, requiring adaptations. To implement a safe change, start small. You don't have to climb a mountain, but perhaps learn a new language, try a different hobby, or dedicate yourself to gardening. Always consult your doctor before starting a new exercise regimen. Challenging this belief of too old is a direct investment in your longevity and happiness. So what is the next barrier we face? Continuing our journey, the second phrase that often limits us is, "I don't have the same energy anymore." This statement is dangerous because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, justifying inactivity and a sedentary lifestyle. It is a mindset that, without us realizing it, steals daily vitality and the ability to fully enjoy life, negatively impacting your health. The real health problem here is the vicious cycle of inactivity. The belief in a lack of energy leads to less movement, which in turn genuinely decreases energy levels. This can lead to muscle weakness, cardiovascular problems, and an increase in the perception of fatigue. This downward spiral contributes to loss of autonomy and social isolation, major challenges in the third age. Published studies show that older adults who engage in regular exercise, even of moderate intensity, experience significant improvements in energy levels, mood, and sleep quality. The scientific mechanism is that exercise increases metabolism efficiency, improves blood circulation, and stimulates the production of endorphins, the feel-good hormones. The available evidence is robust. A lack of energy is often not a fatality of age, but a consequence of inactivity. While it is natural for a young person's energy peaks to be different, the capacity to increase vitality through healthy habits remains. Many active older adults show surprising energy, challenging this common perception of inevitable decline. To implement this change safely, start with short walks, gentle stretching, or water exercises. The key is consistency, not intensity. Monitor your diet and hydration, which are essential for energy. Remember, any new regimen should be discussed with your doctor. By redefining your energy, you open space for the next ugly word that haunts us: memory. Continuing our journey, the third phrase that deserves to be retired is, "My memory is not what it used to be." While it is true that some cognitive functions change with age, this statement focuses only on the decline, ignoring the brain's incredible capacity for adaptation and plasticity. Accepting this idea can undermine confidence and proactivity in maintaining brain health. The real health problem here is cognitive surrender. When people believe their memory is irremediably compromised, they tend to stop challenging their minds, which indeed accelerates decline. This attitude can lead to decreased brain activity, increasing the risk of isolation and, in some cases, contributing to the development of anxiety and depression. Current research in cognitive neuroscience offers a hopeful perspective. Studies in journals demonstrate that the aging brain retains a remarkable ability to form new neural connections and learn. The mechanism is known as neuroplasticity. The brain reorganizes itself in response to new experiences, especially when challenged with novelty and learning. The available evidence suggests that while processing speed may decrease, wisdom and judgment often increase. It is crucial to differentiate benign forgetfulness, common at any age, from serious medical conditions. Memory can be trained and improved through specific exercises and a lifestyle that promotes brain health. To implement a safe strategy, adopt mental games, learn something new, read, socialize, and maintain a balanced diet, rich in brain-boosting nutrients. If there are serious concerns about memory, seek a neurologist for evaluation and diagnosis. Fighting this phrase is a vital step to keeping your mind sharp and ready to learn that it's never too late. Our next point. Moving forward, the fourth ugly word we need to banish from our vocabulary is, "It's too late to change." This phrase is particularly insidious because it paralyzes the will to adopt new healthy habits or pursue new passions. It creates an invisible barrier to personal growth and adaptation, which are essential for a full life and the maintenance of your integral health. The real health problem here is stagnation and the passive acceptance of a predetermined fate. The belief that one cannot change prevents adherence to healthier diets, exercise, or the pursuit of new therapies, even when beneficial. This can lead to a worsening of existing conditions, frustration, and a perception of lack of control over one's life. Research in the psychology of aging reveals that the capacity for change and adaptation persists throughout life. The scientific mechanism is that the brain, thanks to its plasticity, can form new neural pathways and learn new behaviors at any age. The belief that change is impossible is more a mental barrier than a biological one. The available evidence is inspiring. Countless examples of people who started new businesses, learned musical instruments, or dedicated themselves to social causes in their third age demonstrate that change is always possible. Resilience and adaptability are remarkable human characteristics, and old age can be a period of great development, not inevitable decline. For a safe implementation, identify one small change you want to make, whether in diet, exercise, or new learning. Celebrate every small success. Don't force yourself, but challenge yourself gently. Remember, this channel is dedicated to your well-being. If you are finding value in this content, how about clicking the like button and subscribing for more health tips and inspiration? Expanding our reflection, the fifth limiting phrase we explore is, "I've always been this way." This expression, often said with resignation, prevents personal evolution and the adoption of more beneficial habits. It creates a rigid identity, where the past defines the present and the future, hindering the pursuit of better physical and mental health and preventing true transformation. The real health problem here is resistance to change and the perpetuation of unhealthy patterns. If a person has always been sedentary or had poor eating habits, the phrase, "I've always been this way," becomes a justification for not changing, even in the face of medical recommendations. This can lead to the worsening of chronic diseases or prevent the prevention of new health problems. Research in behavioral psychology and neuroscience shows that, although we have personality traits and consolidated habits, the brain is capable of forming new neural networks and replacing old patterns with new ones. The underlying scientific mechanism is cerebral plasticity and the capacity for learning, which do not disappear with age, allowing the restructuring of thoughts and actions. The available evidence points out that self-compassion and the perception of self-efficacy are crucial for habit change. Recognizing that you can change, even if it is difficult, is the first step. Several studies on lifestyle interventions in older adults demonstrate that with adequate support, it is possible to reverse decades-old behaviors and significantly improve health. To implement this change safely, start by identifying one habit you want to change and divide it into small steps. Seek support from friends, family, or professionals. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every small victory. Remembering that old age doesn't have to be a burden is essential, which leads us to our next ugly word that prevents happiness. Advancing our discussion, the sixth phrase we need to eradicate is, "Old age is a burden." This pessimistic view not only devalues the wealth of accumulated experiences, but also poisons the perception of one's own life. Seeing aging as a weight undermines joy, purpose, and engagement, seriously compromising your mental and emotional health. The real health problem here is the impact of internalized ageism and pessimism on longevity and quality of life. Studies show that people who have a negative perception of their own aging tend to live less, recover more slowly from illnesses, and develop cognitive problems more frequently. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy through the mind. Current research in the social psychology of aging demonstrates a direct correlation between positive attitudes towards age and superior health indicators, including greater life expectancy and better brain function. The mechanism is complex, ranging from stress reduction to an increase in self-efficacy perception. The available evidence is clear. Your attitude towards aging is one of the strongest predictors of your longevity and well-being. Celebrating old age as a phase of wisdom and new opportunities instead of a period of decline can truly change the trajectory of your health. It is an invitation to redefine what it means to age with dignity and vitality. To implement this change safely, focus on the advantages of age, wisdom, time for passions, deep connections. Look for inspiring examples of active older adults. Share your experiences and celebrate life in all its phases. Letting go of the idea of being a burden also means recognizing your own strength, which helps us combat the next limiting phrase about dependence. Continuing our analysis, the seventh ugly word that undermines autonomy is "I need to depend on others for everything." Although interdependence is a natural part of life, this phrase reflects a generalization that can lead to a premature loss of independence and a decrease in self-efficacy. It deeply affects self-esteem and mental health, encouraging harmful passivity. The real health problem here is the frailty syndrome and the loss of autonomy encouraged by a dependency mindset. The belief that one cannot do things leads to a decrease in the attempt to do them, accelerating functional decline. This can result in muscle atrophy, imbalance, falls, and, more seriously, feelings of uselessness and clinical depression. Studies in geriatrics and rehabilitation show that the maintenance of autonomy in activities of daily living, ADLs, is directly linked to a better quality of life and a lower risk of institutionalization. The scientific mechanism lies in the importance of continuing to challenge the body and mind to preserve function. The regular practice of daily tasks stimulates coordination and strength. The available evidence indicates that many older adults manage to maintain their independence for a long time, adapting to new physical realities with creativity and support when needed. Seeking aid should be strategic and focused on maintaining quality of life, not on abdicating the capacity to manage one's own daily life. Functional independence is a pillar of health in old age. To implement a safe approach, identify the areas where you can maintain your independence and strive for them. Use assistive devices if necessary, but don't surrender to the idea that you need help for everything. Consult physiotherapists or occupational therapists for strategies to maintain autonomy. With this perspective, we realize that our best days may still be ahead. Moving towards the end of our ugly words, the eighth one we need to confront is, "My best days are over." This phrase carries a weight of nostalgia and regret, diverting focus from the present and future possibilities. It steals hope, motivation, and the ability to find joy in current experiences, negatively impacting emotional health and well-being. The real health problem here is hopelessness and rumination on the past. Being stuck in the idea that the best has passed can lead to depression, anhedonia, inability to feel pleasure, and a lack of purpose. This mindset discourages the pursuit of new activities, friendships, and learning, which are vital for maintaining vitality and cognitive health in old age. Research in positive psychology emphasizes the importance of optimism and a future perspective for happiness and resilience. The scientific mechanism suggests that hope activates the brain's reward centers, reduces stress, and strengthens the ability to face challenges. The expectation of good things to come is a powerful engine for well-being. The available evidence shows that the third age can be a period of great flourishing, with time for passions, travel, new learning, and significant contributions to the community. Many older adults report higher levels of satisfaction and happiness than in previous phases of life, especially those who maintain a positive and proactive outlook on the future. To implement this change safely, start focusing on the present and planning small pleasures and goals for the near future. Create a list of things you have always wanted to do. Practice gratitude for your current experiences. Remember, every day is a new opportunity. Recognizing your own power means that "there is nothing I can do" is the last great illusion to be undone. We arrive at the ninth and final ugly word. There is nothing I can do. This is the ultimate expression of learned helplessness, a feeling of lack of control over one's own life. It paralyzes any initiative, turning challenges into insurmountable obstacles and stealing personal agency, which is devastating for mental health and the maintenance of vitality. The real health problem here is resignation and the consequent inaction. The belief that there is nothing to do prevents the search for solutions, for medical treatment when necessary, or for adjustments in lifestyle. This can lead to the worsening of health conditions, social isolation, and a deep sense of hopelessness, drastically decreasing the quality of life. Research in resilience and self-efficacy psychology demonstrates the power of believing in one's own ability to act and influence events. The scientific mechanism is that the perception of control is linked to stress reduction, the motivation to seek solutions, and the persistence in facing adversities, promoting behaviors that benefit health. The available evidence is that even in the face of great challenges, there is always something that can be done. It might be seeking a second medical opinion, learning new pain management strategies, or simply adjusting your attitude. The power of action, no matter how small, restores dignity and the ability to be the protagonist of one's own life, essential for active and happy aging. To implement this mindset, start by identifying one area where you feel powerless and try to think of one small action that could be taken. Celebrate that action. Remember, the goal is not to cure everything, but to manage your journey with dignity. Important reminder, this content is for informational and inspirational purposes and never replaces professional medical guidance. Consult your doctor for any specific health concern. Your journey deserves the best.